Hitler became Chancellor on the 30th of January 1933, after intense negotiations with conservative leaders. Despite losing seats in the November 1932 Reichstag elections, the Nazi Party was still the largest. Conservatives saw a chance to form a coalition government with the Nazis to tackle shared opponents. The Nazis aimed to combat communists, Marxism, Jewish liberalism, cultural Bolshevism, feminism, sexual libertinism, cosmopolitanism, the economic and power political burdens imposed by Britain and France in 1919, Western democracy, and more. Former Chancellor Franz von Papen, a key conservative leader, dreamed of restoring Germany to a pre-French Revolution utopian conservative social structure. As Vice-Chancellor, he believed he could control Hitler as conservatives dominated the cabinet. However, the Reichstag fire, the Enabling Act, and Hitler's deft political moves quickly outmaneuvered Papen and his allies. Hitler stated on the 6th of July 1933 that the Nazi revolution was over as they had seized full power. It was time to stabilize the regime. Further revolution-led violence would only hurt the Nazi regime. There would be no further discussion of a second revolution to follow the conquest of power. But the party's paramilitary group, the Sturmabteilung, wanted more. The SA, led by Ernst Röhm since October 1921, used violence to grow the Nazi movement. By 1934, the SA had 3 million men, dwarfing the army's 100,000 troops allowed by the Versailles Treaty. Some historians believe SA leaders wanted a second, possibly populist and anti-capitalist, revolution. Many in the SA also felt cheated out of the spoils of power after helping Hitler's rise. In 1934, Röhm criticized the party leadership and the army, extolled the revolutionary nature of Nazism, and demanded that the SA replace the army, threatening Hitler's position, Papen's conservative restoration, and the army's status. On the 21st of June 1934, the army chief warned Hitler that if the SA were not brought to heel, President Paul von Hindenburg was willing to proclaim martial law and have the army run the government. Hitler quickly secured the army's cooperation to remove the SA leadership, planned for the 30th of June. Upon learning that Papen planned to meet Hindenburg on the 30th of June, Hitler feared that Papen would remove him with the army's and president's support. So Nazi leaders also targeted key conservatives. During the purge, over 85 people, including Röhm, 2 senior army generals, 12 Reichstag deputies, and political and personal rivals, were murdered without trial. Hitler justified the extrajudicial killings by falsely claiming Röhm and others were planning a coup. Despite admitting the murders were illegal, the army and the Reichstag praised Hitler for his quick action, and the government retroactively legalized the killings. The purge eliminated an internal threat to Hitler and increased the Nazi Party's popularity. Though some Germans were uneasy, most approved, believing Germany was safer and more stable. With the SA weakened, Himmler's SS became the predominant Nazi extra-legal police force. The army thanked Hitler for removing the SA's threat, with Defense Minister General Werner von Blomberg assuring Hitler of the army's complete devotion. 33 days after the Night of the Long Knives, Hindenburg died, and Hitler soon took the title of leader and Reich Chancellor. The day Hindenburg passed, the army swore unconditional obedience to Hitler without consulting him. Many officers favored the new oath since Hitler had supported the army thus far. Though many of them did not realize the oath's significance, Hitler did. The army had pledged fealty to the Führer, not the German state or its constitution.